Hey, Reed. Grady had agreed to cut the prices down. 9,000 a kilo. I'm hoping you can honor that.
Let's keep it at 10 for now. Reed's gone. From here on, you can call me Teddy.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love Snowfall, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about Snowfall Season 5, Episode 2. This is the recap. Now I'm going to try my best to go over all the key points in this episode. If I miss anything, you guys let me know down below. You guys also make sure you checked out the Episode 1 recap. I dropped that earlier on in the day for you guys, so check that one out if you have not seen it yet. But the first two episodes of Snowfall was very solid in my opinion. In episode 2, man, this boy Teddy, he was on one. He was willing to do whatever it takes to get back on this mission, and he wasn't going to stop. We saw that in this episode, and Teddy once again reminded us how important this mission is for him. Y'all know how this dude is. He will die trying to make sure he completes this mission, and he would not let anybody get in his way. In this episode, the dude, he was definitely on one. He was trying to control a lot of different things, and he's telling Franklin the price gonna stay the same, and of course he need to sell the property that him and Grady had or whatever. I mean, he's controlling the board completely, and he's very, very aggressive in my opinion this time around, because we know they was losing money with the war. The boy Grady was slipping up, skimming money off the top, and Teddy ain't having it at all. So we're going to talk about that in this video, but you guys leave your theories, predictions, everything down below. As I told you, we will try to focus on the key points. If I miss anything, you guys let me know. So let's begin. What did we see in episode 2? Now the episode starts off giving us more of a background on what Teddy has been up to the last 11 months. This dude has been on a mission trying to get back within the CIA, right? Now, he's having a conversation and he's telling them, like, look, let me get back on this mission. I know so much. I'm very valuable. Pretty much just doing things that's going to make them want him even more. They're going to need him, right? This dude was on missions, spying on his family. Dude was out there camping like Tom Hanks. They had him running in the jungle. I mean, this dude, Teddy, he is on one. And they asked him about his wife and kid. Well, he's already watching them already. Teddy has been watching everybody, and I'm pretty sure he's been calculating, plotting, and planning, coming up with a game plan on how he's going to approach everyone once he is back on mission, once he is back inside the CIA. Now, we see Teddy having a conversation with Avi, and this is how he's starting to know that this whole war is going downhill. The arms race is not looking the same as it used to be, right? And this is what Avi is telling him, like, man, like something's definitely going on. They're bribing these people, but they're still getting screwed over. So now Teddy, once again, he is calculating all the information, putting it all together. So that way, when he talks to his bosses, he can tell them, this is what's going on. You guys need me. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what he does. As I told you guys earlier, he is trying to plead his case to let them know, look, you guys are struggling. This war is all over the place. You need somebody like me to come in and help you with this mission, because when I was with you guys, you already knew what time it was. So then we see Teddy, and we see him looking like Bob the Builder, as I told you guys, spying. And this is where he pops up at Grady's spot, trying to check the water and power and stuff like that. Look, it's on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, who works on the weekend? I guess some people do. But as I told you in the episode 1 recap, Grady already knew what time it was. He knew something was up. Black Diamond came out. And this is where Teddy kind of hurry up and change his whole demeanor. Like, man, I got to get up out of here. But even though he saw all of this, he is calculating. He's like, man, so Grady is clapping Black Diamond's cheeks. This is the same girl that works with Franklin Saint. Something's not right. He's not liking it at all. At the same time, we see Teddy with pictures of Franklin and his new chick. So it lets us know that he's been doing his research. He's been watching the whole time, which is very dangerous on Franklin's part, right? Because you got a guy like Teddy knowing all this information about you, and you don't even know he is watching you. But then again, Franklin probably was waiting for Teddy based on what we saw at the end of episode 1. He had that strap ready. We get to Franklin and we can see he was looking at the newspaper and he was reading about the North Hollywood shooter Tad and that he is still at large. But we know he ain't at large no more because that boy up in that ground, right? And that's good news for Franklin because now the pressure is not on him at all. He meets up with Grady once again. They discuss the numbers because we know in episode 1, Franklin wanted to know if he would go down by $1,000 on the price of the coat. And Grady said, yes, I will do that, but I need one thing from you. He just wants him to fly him around real quick. So your boy Franklin, we saw in episode 1 flying an airplane. He has got his pilot's license. This dude said, look, I'm on my GTA San Andreas type stuff, and I'm going to fly wherever I want, whenever I want. And in this actual scene, the two are just having a great little conversation about family, marriage, kids, and stuff like that. And this Grady dude actually seems cool. Like, he don't seem like a bad dude at all. He just wants to have fun, party, and do business. And this is what they're pretty much talking about. But we know based on this scene right here and prior scenes, it seems like Franklin has a better relationship with this Grady dude as far as being able to do what he wants to do, how he wants to do. Grady is definitely a person that will negotiate with you, which could be a weakness. And speaking of Grady, we can hear Teddy having a conversation and is telling that, look, this Grady dude has been slipping up. He's been skimming all this money from the CIA. This is why they've been slipping up on the money to fund the actual war. This is why things are going bad, and he needs to be talked to. So now Teddy, he's supposed to go talk to Grady, but we already know Teddy, he ain't just gonna go talk to Grady at all. He takes this very serious. So for somebody like Grady to do what he's been doing, of course, doing actual legitimate business with Franklin, that's a no-no. They don't play that at all. He has real estate business with Franklin. So Teddy's upset about that. He's upset that Grady is clapping Black Diamond's cheeks. He's just like, man, this dude act like he ain't even part of the mission at all. He's doing whatever he wants to do. At the same time, he is stealing the money. So that's the big concern for Teddy, because he stated at the end of the episode, it wasn't even about the whole partying for Teddy. It was more that this dude's just bad at his job, which is a huge risk for the whole operation, for the mission, and Teddy don't play about this mission. Now, Franklin, he's having a conversation with his chick, and he is telling her, yes, the whole business thing is very big, and he wants her to have her own personal equity stake. So he's giving her a piece. He's trying to make sure she is good down the line no matter what. And she was tripping out at first. She's like, please don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Different Strokes just got canceled. You know what I'm saying? I'm very sensitive right now. Do not play around. And Franklin is like, man, look, the paperwork right there. Like, I'm not playing around. So once again, we're seeing a different Franklin, because he understands he is about to have a new family, and he wants to protect that family at all costs, his future that is to come. But we already know it's not going to be that easy. Now, we know that Veronique told him in episode 1, the best way to do all of this whole investment, is to have a team, is to have family together, right? Because when you have everybody coming in together as one, everybody can make money, and it can happen at a faster pace. So this is what they try to do. She goes there, they present the whole game plan. Aunt Louie is like, well, I don't know about all that. I got to think about it, which is smart. You don't want to just hop onto something, especially when you don't even want to do things the way Franklin is doing things anyway. We know Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome, they want to do their own little stuff. So going into business with Franklin on his dreams is something they don't really want to do. Now, they do ask about Rob and what happened to him. Franklin says he is taken care of, and they already know what time it is. He tells them, look, he had to go because he was too much of a risk. He could not depend on this dude getting clean. And on top of that, he was talking about the whole CIA thing with Tad. So that is something that you cannot do. Now, we do know once Franklin said that, Uncle Jerome and Aunt Louie's whole demeanor kind of changed, and they was looking at him like, man, you took out Rob. And not to say they care too much about the dude, but we do know Rob has been Franklin's day one. This dude has been loyal. So for Franklin to go and do a move like that is something very big, because in their eyes, it's like, if he would do that to Rob and Rob had a slip up, what is he going to do to us if we slip up down the line? So this is why they building up this whole storyline. We already know it's going to be a family feud. Now, Wanda, she confronts her boss because she's like, look, what's going on with this paycheck? I'm not getting paid like that. Like, what is going on? And this dude is talking about they had to do all these different cuts and all this stuff, just making up all different types of excuses that Wanda is not really trying to hear. And the dude was trying to get at her, you know what I'm saying? He over there snorting up that coke, trying to get at Wanda. She, of course, went over there and made it seem like she was going to give him some action. But then she was like, nah, I ain't having that at all. And the dude was very, very upset. Yes, Wanda shouldn't be working up in this place, especially if they ain't even trying to pay her like that. At the same time, she has a cokehead boss that's all over the place. So it makes sense on why she was very upset. And the dude ends up firing her, but I doubt she even cared anyway. Now we get to Gustavo and Teddy. Teddy has made his way to him, and Gustavo was looking like, man, so this dude has popped back up to the party. And of course he is telling him like, are we still good? I'm going to be working with you guys again. Pretty much just checking and making sure that Gustavo will have his back. We already know what time it is. These two have been through a lot, right? Now, even besides that, Gustavo was telling him that Grady is actually a cool dude. He's not that bad. And we already know that Teddy was feeling some type of way, especially since he knows what this dude has been doing. He's thinking like, man, this dude been screwing up the whole mission. You talking about how cool y'all is. He ain't having it. So, in my opinion, it's giving Teddy more of a reason on why he needs to get rid of Grady. But hopefully Gustavo has listened to what Teddy's been telling him and to have a game plan. We know that Teddy don't care about him for real, in my opinion. We know he told him this at the end of season 4, that these people don't care about you and to always have a backup plan. Well, Gustavo, please, I hope he has a backup plan, because Teddy cannot be trusted, in my opinion. Now we get to Aunt Louie, Uncle Jerome. They go and make a visit to Ivy, look at some weapons. And we know that Aunt Louie and Uncle Jerome felt like Ivy was acting kind of different. Like something was off. Well, we do know something's off because the whole war thing, the arms race, it ain't looking too good. So, of course, he is acting a little bit different. Aunt Louie is feeling some type of way because she's feeling like Jerome is not really happy. She does ask him about that. And she states that how she pretty much got him to be a part of all of this. We know that Jerome did not want to be a part of all of this at the very beginning, but now he is rolling with Aunt Louie and he's rolling with the full game plan. But at the end of the day, I got a feeling this is not going to end well. We know in this season trailer, we can see Aunt Louie, Uncle Jerome getting married, but I just always had a funny feeling about Uncle Jerome. We gonna see this season if that actually comes true, but I cannot see this all working out. But I can be wrong once again. Now we get to Franklin. He is talking to his moms. He doesn't have the best connection, but he does tell her that he's going to be having a baby. We can hear Sissy in the background. She's very, very happy, but we also want to know if she's going to actually talk about what happened to Alton, which we still don't know the full details of everything. So that's probably going to be down the line, but we definitely need to know those details, in my opinion. Now, Franklin goes and he visits Leon. Y'all know Franklin. He wants to make sure that everybody's a part of the whole game plan. He wants to bring in Leon to be a part of this huge real estate investment. Leon said, nah, he's good. That's not for him at all. Franklin does tell Leon about what happened to Rob and what he had to do to him, and that he's going to be a father very, very soon. And he tells Leon this is the reason why he cannot be slipping up at all no more. So we know Franklin will be a little bit more aggressive, and it makes a lot of sense seeing that he has a kid on the way and seeing that he is trying to go legitimate. That means it's going to be higher risk and he has to move a little bit different. Then we get to Teddy and Grady. They're finally having a conversation. We know Teddy just pops up at his spot out of nowhere and he tells him like, look, it's over. Your contract is done. You gotta go. And to be honest, Grady, he stood his ground. He was not playing around at all. And he was telling Teddy about himself. He was talking about his wife, his kid, and how everything played out. And Teddy is pretty much worthless for real, and he knows a lot of information that he can use to tear down this whole mission. And once he was talking all this stuff, Teddy, you already know what time it was. Now, Teddy, he did state that he doesn't really care on him running his mouth. It's more about him not being able to do his job the right way. And I already knew what this dude was going to die. I mean, you're not going to talk that way to him and then think you're going to live and make those threats. It's not happening. Now we get to Wanda and Leon. Wanda is talking about she's struggling with money and she wants to get back on with Franklin as far as doing business. And Leon, he was like, man, are you crazy? We're not about to put you around that no more. It ain't happening at all. Wanda is talking about she has no other choice. She needs to get this money to pay bills and stuff like that off. But Leon's like, no, we're going to figure out another way. And I agree. There's no way you want her around that. It's going to be even harder for her to fully recover dealing with that type of environment. So it makes sense for Leon to step up to the plate and push her away. And then we finally get to the end of this whole storyline between Teddy and Grady. And Teddy took him out, man. Like I said, the dude was doing entirely too much, making those threats, not good at his job, skimming money off the top of the whole mission. I mean, he's bad for business, and in Teddy's perspective, he did what was needed to be done. Now Teddy can go and finish off this mission that he's been so dedicated to do since day one. Hell, go back to the first 2 seasons of Snowfall. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. This man has been dedicated to this mission since day one, and he's not going to allow anybody to get in his way. And Grady is definitely not going to get in his way because he's now not here anymore. Now Teddy finally makes his move. He goes and he visits Franklin. His boy told him, you know what I'm saying, how do you think Franklin's going to feel about what you did to his dad? And Teddy was like, look, I don't know what you're talking about. So once again, they're leaving us with that question mark on what Teddy did to Franklin's pops, but we can pretty much assume on what happened to him. But I honestly want to hear it come out of Teddy's mouth. So we're going to see what they're going to do with that. But he goes to Franklin. He's talking about Grady on how he's not going to be doing business with him anymore. Franklin understands what Teddy has done to Grady, and he's pissed off because they pretty much just made this whole deal to have this huge investment in his real estate business, and he was getting everybody involved. He got the price cut on the cocaine, and as I told you, the relationship that he had with Grady seemed way better in the sense of that Franklin can do a little bit more on what he wants to do with Grady, but not with Teddy. Teddy is more controlling, and y'all saw that in this episode. And Franklin is like, man, so you took him out, and like, what's going on? Teddy's like, look, this dude was doing entirely too much, and on top of that, he's doing business with you. That can't happen at all. He's clapping Black Diamond's cheeks. That cannot happen at all. So Franklin really doesn't have a choice. He has to work with Teddy. He has to complete the rest of this mission with him. But at the end of the day, we know that Franklin was on his P's and Q's. He already knows what time it is. He understands how dangerous Teddy is. So he was ready. He was ready to go to war with this dude. Now, Franklin did ask Teddy if he can still honor the price cut. We know that Grady promised him, I believe, 9,000 a key or whatever. But Teddy's like, nah, we're going to keep it at 10. We're going to keep it the same. So now Franklin, he's going to be even more upset. This is going to mess up business with the competition, and that's going to create issues with his organization and the people that he is working with. I mean, it's going to be all over the place. Teddy is trying to control every single piece of the board, and this time around, he's a little bit more aggressive. Y'all saw it. So if y'all watched the this season trailer, I'm going to break that down for you guys probably later on, but when you see that trailer, you understand that Teddy is not playing around, and that being at the end of this mission is very important to him. At the same time, Franklin is preparing to get himself out of the game, and he is preparing to finally get rid of Reed. Or, as Teddy said, don't call me Reed no more. I'm just straight up Teddy. So this is going to be a crazy season, man. The two are finally going to go head to head, and hopefully Franklin, this whole game plan that he's been strategizing, hopefully him and Gustavo has a game plan. And I think we're going to see that game plan as the season continues to air out. But you guys let me know, man. How did you feel about episode 2? It was a fire episode. The tension got real high in that last scene between Franklin and Teddy. And you already know it's going to continue as the season goes. But I will be dropping this season trailer for you guys to recap to that, or what to expect, what we can, of course, see coming. And we're going to continue to talk about Snowfall Season 5. But I want to thank you guys for all the love, all the support, and I will catch you guys very soon. But let me get up on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.